Hi, I'm Karthik Rannan. I'm the president of the Wall Street Club of BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. Yes, so the collaboration with XLR was an excellent one. We conducted a Power BI workshop with Advanced Excel over a span of 3 days. The workshop was almost 12 hours long in total. Mr. Karthik, who was an amazing trainer, helped the students understand the concepts deeply. I am sure that the students will be able to apply these concepts in their careers as well as their daily lives while they try to navigate the world of finance. I am happy that we will be able to close this workshop successfully on a very good note.
Hi, I am Raghunendra Singh and I am the Technical Director of the Wall Street Club at BITS Pilani Hyderabad campus. It was a great amazing conducting this workshop with XLR. The trainer, Mr. Karthik, was an excellent person where he explained in very detailed manner on how to give great insights using very complex data sets, which was very helpful for the people who are interested in the field of finance, business or analytics in general. Thank you.
I attended a workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. So it was a machine learning workshop. We learned a lot from the course and it was a great experience attending the workshop.
The trainer was very helpful. He had a hands-on approach with his teaching and it was fabulous.
This was a great experience for me. So I would absolutely love it if XLR and its team would come again to our campus and conduct more events like this.
The journey was great. Initially, I thought that I was not proficient enough in Excel, but later I came to know there was no prerequisites for it, and then I applied for it, and it was a great course, and it started from basics and took me to a great extent.
Good evening, myself Kavya Ganatra. I am from Computer Science Association. I was the POC for this ML workshop conducted by CSA and ACM in collaboration with XLR. The experience of the workshop was really nice. The feedback from all the students was positive. They understood the concept. The workshop was also practical based with some questions. The experience with XLR was very smooth. They helped us in conducting the workshop smoothly right from the booking of the vendor and deciding the course till the distribution of certificates. In overall, this workshop was a success during our technical fest Atmos, and I thank XLR for being a part of it. Thank you.
Yeah, hello everyone. My name is Tasneem. I'm the senior manager at 98 percentile in the HR department. And today we did a wonderful drive with XLR. It was amazing right from the very beginning, from the very first day when I got in touch with them till today. I think it was an extremely smooth journey with them. There were multiple follow-ups done by the representatives in order to check that we would be, what time we would be coming, how many people would be coming, what vehicle we would get. To that extent, they were so precise in giving all the information to us. It was extremely great to get associated with them and have a drive at XLR campus. So we are very, very happy that we got a chance to do this. Now, coming to the students, what XLR had, I think they were extremely enthusiastic. They were well prepared. They were aware of what they are coming for. I think there was some back-end preparation which they did that was commendable. They also were very confident and they were open to any kind of thing we were asking them to do. That was I think the best part. Now, I really hope we have a very, very fruitful association with each one of them and XLR in future. We are really looking forward to have many more drives like this.
Hi everyone, my name is Prachi Sharma and I'm the Senior Project Manager for IT Department at 90th Percentile. So today we were here for this IT Bootcamp, right, this technical drive and at XLR. So it was a great experience and I would feel that the students, they are the freshers, right, but it doesn't seem like that. So if I talk about their technical and cognitive ability, they all seems pretty good in that and that's what I felt. And I guess they have been taught pretty well at XLR, so that's how they have performed good in their aptitude and the technical tests. So I wish them all the best and it was a very great experience over here.
Hi, this is Patan, Technology Consulting Manager from 98th Percentile. We visited XLR for the campus placement drive and it went very well today. Miss Ambika, Miss Pragati, everyone received us greatly here and we had a lot of enjoyable time here. The students even had great experience with us. They were interactive, they had good aptitude and all the technological skills they showed. I think they were all well and we really appreciate their time that they spared to us and I think we will be doing a great job. We are expecting a lot of people to be hired from them. Let's see. It was a great experience altogether.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
From entering into the cyber tower to exiting out of this tower, the XLR team has been received me with such a care and pleasure.
I am the part of this XLR since 4 months. From the third month itself, they have conducted the placement sessions from the third month itself, and this is the fourth month, and this is the 98th percentile is one of the placement drive I have attended so far, and attending to this drive is such a good experience for me. all the HRs and the team made us feel very comfortable and confident.
XLR helped me a lot, and I experienced a lot of things today. So I'm really hope to be I placed in that company. I'm confident about that. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. I hope I'm audible. So please respond in the chat box. So here we have Anirudh, all like three way. So please respond in the chat box. Am I audible or not? Okay. Yes. Thank you so much, Saikvar. So hope all are doing good. Yeah, thank you so much. So very good morning again. So please inform your friends also to join. So we'll start the session 2 to 3 minutes, okay? And today we have a quiz, okay, at 12 o'clock. Any more questions, guys? Or else we'll jump to the session. Yeah, good morning, Nitin. Guys, any questions? Or else we'll move to the session. Can you please share the exam timings? Yes. So I'm conducting the quiz at 12 o'clock. So no more questions, right? Okay. So we'll move to the session, and in the class, please respond the questions. Okay. I need an interactive session. It's not like one side communication. Thank you so much. So we have Miss Surya with us.
Also, can you start the session?
Sorry?
Oh, can we start the session? Like, we have
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
any
We can
participants?
start the session. Yeah. Thank you so much. You can take over the class.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi everyone, good morning. Confirm me, is my audio and video clear? Confirm in the chat box. And inform to your friends to join the session. We only 18 participants so far. So inform to them to join the session. Yeah, good morning, Vaibhav. Hope my audio and video is clear to you all. So okay, great. So I'll share my screen. So in last week's session, we discussed about arrays and what is an array, and what is the syntax, and how to access array element, how to modify array element, how to access all the elements in array using loops. I mean, mostly we use the for loop only, and we did some programs, right? Some addition, subtraction, multiplication, and finding maximum and minimum in the array. So, do you have any doubts in last week's session? It is very important. I mean, the last session is very important because in today's session we are discussing about two-dimensional arrays. Is my voice is low, or can you hear me properly? No? Okay, give me a minute. What about now? Is it clear or still slow? Okay. Okay, great. Then we'll discuss Okay. Do you have any doubts in last week's session? I mean the one-dimensional arrays and its syntax and how to access, modify the array elements, and we did some few programs actually. So today's topic is two-dimensional array. So if you are comfortable with one-dimensional array, then you, like it's just a piece of cake for you all. So are you clear with last week's session or any doubts? Can we proceed for today's session? Make it an interactive session and please provide your response in the chat. Okay, proceed. Okay, great. So in today's session, we are going to discuss about two-dimensional array. What is two-dimensional array? What is its syntax? How can we access the elements? How to modify the elements? How to access all the elements or modify the elements using loops? And then we are going to discuss about some programs. Okay, so in last week's session, we already discussed about array, right? So what is an array? Array is a data structure. Array is a data structure that can hold or that can store collection of elements, that can store collection of homogeneous elements in continuous location, right? We know that array is one of the data structure. It will store the elements, I mean, all the collection of elements maybe, and all the elements should be of same type. And it will store all the elements in some continuous memory locations, right? So in two-dimensional array, like if you take one-dimensional array, it's nothing but this one, right? These are all integer type numbers and we are storing it in array. So if you see this here, this is a single element. 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 So that's why as it is linear, it is one-dimensional array. So, but in two-dimensional array, instead of this single element, like we'll be having array itself, right? It's like array within an array. For example, if I want, instead of one, I want to store some elements here. And instead of a single element, I want to store some collection of elements. Yes, it's like matrix only, yes. So you can store any type of elements here, like homogeneous elements only. But it's not, if you see this, this is an array. And inside it, if you see this, this is 0, 1, 0, 1, 2. If you give the index, it starts from 0, 1, 2. So if you see the zeroth index contains again an array. It's not a single element. It contains some collection of elements, collection of numbers. So again, it's an array. So the index will be 0, 1, 2. Here also this matrix, in matrix first index, again we have one array. So 0, 1, 2. So if you see this in array within an array, right? Array of arrays is nothing but two-dimensional array. Okay, so why we are calling two-dimensional is because this is an array. If you see again, this each one again is an array. It's not a single element. It's an again one array. So that's why we are calling, we have two dimension. This is the one dimension and these are all one dimension. So that's why we are calling it as two-dimensional array. So where we can use two-dimensional array means, like instead of representing like this, I'll represent in this format 1, 2, 6, 7, 9, 11, 12, 0, 7. So these are all my array elements, and this is of 0th index, this is of first index, this is of second index. So if you see this, it's like a grid-like structure, right? It's like matrix, some pixels, some game, some Sudoku game. It's like grid-like structure. So these two-dimensional arrays are mostly used to represent matrix, and also in real world for gaming like chess and some TikTok games and other games. I mean the games which uses grid-like structure, like chess, we'll be having 8 by 8 board, right? So In those type of games, we'll be using two-dimensional array. And also pixels. If you see each pixel, the pixel itself contains some matrix like this. If you zoom your image or pic in your phone also, it will represent the entire picture is nothing but some collection of pixels, and each pixel is nothing but represented in matrix format only. Okay, so in these areas, mostly we can use two-dimensional array. So as it is programming, now we'll discuss more on how to represent two-dimensional matrix with two-dimensional array and how to process it, how to modify the elements. Okay, so we discussed about two-dimensional array. It is also a data structure to store the collection of homogeneous elements only. But the difference between one-dimensional and two-dimensional is one-dimensional contains just, if you see each and every index, it contains only single element. But in two-dimensional array, the array itself contains some arrays. It contains some sub-arrays instead of single element. And it can be used in matrix format to represent the games, to represent the pixels, and etc. So let's discuss about the syntax. How we will how can we write one-dimensional array? Did anyone remember that? What is the syntax for a one-dimensional array? It's nothing but data type, and we have to use the square brackets and then variable name, new keyword, and data type. And here we have to mention the size. This is how we represent it. And other way is, this is the first way. Yes, that's correct. And the other way is data type, square brackets, variable name, and we can directly initialize the values in this format. 1, 2, 3, 4, and etc. Right? These are the two possible ways to represent the array. This is for one-dimensional array. This is for 1D array. So what if we want to write for 2D array? It's also simple. Like we need to write anyway, we need to write data type, and as it is a single dimensional array, we are using only single brackets here. If it is two-dimensional array, each array contains again one more array, right? So that's why we need to write two square brackets in this way, and then variable name, new keyword, and data type. And again, we need to mention size. This is for row size, this is for column size. Okay. What is row and column? Row is nothing but I'm saying these are all rows. I mean these represent rows, and each and every if you see 0 here, 0 index, again 1, 2, 6. These are all columns. Okay. So we need to represent how many rows will be there, and under each row how many values will be there, how many columns will be there. So we need to represent both the sizes, so that's why we are using two sizes here. This is row size, and in precise we can say like it's a row size and it's a column size. Okay, this is one possibility. This is the possibility. And the second possibility is directly assigning the values. How can we assign that? The second possibility of syntax is data type, and again we have two-dimensional array only, so we have to use two square brackets and variable name. Here we can directly represent the array. As it is two-dimensional array, we'll be having some elements in this way. And you can represent all the elements here, and you have to end it up with end it with semicolon. So these are the two possibilities, and this is how we can represent two-dimensional array. Any doubts in the definition or the real-time usage and the syntax? Any doubts, or is it clear? Okay, great. So let's see. Great. Let's take one example and we'll discuss it. First, I'll use second possibility because directly we can assign. There is no need of writing data type and size. So I want to store these values only. If you see 1, 2, 3, all these are of integer type. So I'll mention I want to store integer type of values in two-dimensional array, and my variable name is ARR, and I'm directly assigning the values. Okay, this is how we'll represent. And the second possibility is I want to store integer type of values in two-dimensional array, and my variable name is ARR, and I have to create the array first. So I'm using new keyword. Inside it, I'll store the row size and column size. What is the row size here? Row size is 0, 1, 2. See this, if you counted 1, 2, 3. So the size is 3. And again, if you see the each and every row, we have three values here. So the column size is 3. Okay, if you see this 0, 1, 2. Yes. So this is how we represent the syntax. We can declare the array. So we discussed about syntax and the declaration, how to declare it. Now let's try to access the two-dimensional array elements. How to access the one-dimensional array elements? It's with index, variable name, array name, and then index. Yes, exactly. So here we have two indexes, not just single index. We have two indexes, right? So for that, in two-dimensional array, we can access the elements using row size and column size. Row index, column index. So the syntax will be, we have to mention that array name, and here we have to represent which index of row we want, and under that row which column index you want to get the value. So this is how you have to represent. So for example, for this itself, like int AR of 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 11, 0. So I'll represent in a matrix format so that it would be easy to capture. So 0, 1, 2. This is column 0, 1, 2. So I want to access first element. So what is my rows? This is row, these are columns, okay? So what is my row here? My row is 0. What is my column for 1? It is 0. Yes. How can I access it? The variable name is ARR. ARR of row index is 0, column index is 0. So this is how we can access the elements. For example, I want to access ninth element. So what should I have to write? ARR of what is my row index and what is my column index for 9? 2, 0. Exactly. 2, 0. If you see this, the row index is 2 and the column index is 0. So 2, 0. And I want to access 8. So how can I access it? What is my row size and column size? Sorry, not size, index. ARR of, yes, 1, 2. 1 is my row and column is 2. Okay, great, fine. Great response. So you understood how to access the elements. So let's understand, for example, I want to access all the elements. So you have to write array of 0, 0 first. And then array of, the next element is, what is my next element? 3, right? So 0 of 1. Next element, 0 of 2. And then this row is completed. So the next element is 1. So again, what should I give me a minute? Yeah, sorry, folks. So again, the zeroth row is completed. So the next is the first row. So array of 1 and then 0 and then array of 1 1. So and then array of 1 2. So the first row is completed. The next we have second row. So array of 2 0 and then 2 1 and then 2 2, right? So if you see this, it's starting from, we need to write, for example, if it is a 3 by 3 matrix, so it is easy to represent in this way. What if we have 100 by 100 matrix? Can you write in this way? You can write, but it will, the lines of code will be increases and it will give confusion as well, right? So it's not good practice to write in this format. So we need something to iterate over this matrix and we have to print the values. So here if you observe, the row is 0 first. And for each row, we are going from 0, 1, 2, which is nothing but the column size. The column size is starting from 0 to n minus 1. 3 minus 1 is 2. And then once the first 0th row is completed, then we are going for first row and then for column, all of its columns, starting from 0 to n minus 1. Again, if that row is completed, we are going to next row, right? So as you see this, we are doing repeatedly accessing the elements. And if you, if you observe the pattern, so the first, for each row, we are going through each column. And once that row is completed, next we are going to next column, sorry, next row. And once that is also completed, then we are going to next row. So can we use for loop to iterate over and to access the elements? Can we use the loops here? Yes, we can use. So I have to take two loops here because yes, nested loops, good response. Why we need two loops is the first loop is for iterating over rows and the second row is for iterating over columns. Okay, so I'll take two loops here. Int I equals to 0, I less than row size. For now, I'm just giving it as rows and I plus place, right? So inside this, we need to write it for column size. So the column should be start from 0, it end up with its size. Columns is nothing but column size. If you want, I'll write in this way. Row size, column size, yes. And then each time it should increment. So then we are trying to access it. So I'll write this out here and I'll print AR of I and J. Will it work here? Did you understand why we are using two loops? The first loop is for iterating over rows. The nested loop, inside loop is for iterating over columns. Okay, let's quickly do the dry run. So first time the I will be 0. The I will be 0. So, and they will, so is 0 less than row size? Yes, it is less than, the row size is 3, right? So 0 less than 3, yes, it is less than 3. So then it will come inside and it will, it is initializing j with 0. And then is 0 less than column size? Yes, it is less than 3. So it will come inside and it will print array of 0, 0. And then j will be incremented, j plus plus. What's my j value now? J will be 1. Is 1 less than 3? Yes, it is less than 3. So it will come inside and it will print array of 0 and 1. and then j will be 3. Sorry, j will be incremented. So 1 plus plus, which is nothing but 2, right? So after that, is 2 less than 3? Yes, it is less than 3. So it will print array of 0, 2. After that, j will be incremented. So 3. So 3 is less than 3? No, it is not true. So it won't execute and it will go to the outer for loop. So what will be my I value now? I will be plus plus. I will be 1. So again, I am 1 is less than 3. So this condition will be true and it will go inside and it will access remaining elements. I mean the first row elements and then second row elements. Okay. Did you understand why we are using for loops? Two for loops here. Is it clear? Okay, great. And now we are understood accessing. Now we will let's discuss about modifying the elements. How to modify one-dimensional array elements? For example, if I want to modify array of 1 with 10, how can I do that? It's simple. We have to mention array name and that particular index where we want to modify, and we have to represent the value, right? This is how we have to modify in one-dimensional array. What if it is in two-dimensional array? It's same. The difference is we'll be having two indexes. Instead of one index in two-dimensional, we'll be having two indexes, row index and column index. And we have to represent the value which we want to, the value which will be replaced. Sorry, which is replacing the old value. So, for example, I have these values 1, 2, 3. So instead of writing this way, what about bold value? We are modifying, right? Anyway, we are modifying. So the bold value will be replaced with 10. I'll show you. One minute. I'll name this. Okay. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Let's take this two-dimensional array, my row, and this my column. So I want to change this 5 value with 10. How can I do that? This simple. We have the syntax, so we'll write it using this as a reference. So my array name is ARR. So what is my row index for 5? What is my row index and column index for this this element? The row index is 1 and the column index is 1. So I want to replace this with some new value. That new value is 10. So I'll represent in this format. Once I represent like this, so this value 5 will be overridden with 10. Okay. So what if I want to change 9 value with 11? How can I do that? You tell me. ARR of what should I have to represent in row index and column index? Okay, 2, yes, the row index is 2, column index is 2. And then here I have to write the new value, exactly. What if I want to change 4 with 8? 4 should be replaced with 8. How can I do that? Yes, 1 and 0. Here the row is 1 and the column is 0. Good. So this is how we have to modify. What if we want to modify all the elements with some new elements? So again, we can use loops here, right? For example, int I same thing, int I equals to 0, the outer loop should run till row size, and each time it has to be incremented, and inside it it has to run over the columns. So the column is size is starting from 0 to column size and then 0 plus plus, and here we'll write whatever we want to modify the element. Okay, like this array of I comma j equal to whatever we want to write, we can write it here. Okay, maybe if you want to write I value, assign I value itself, you can do that. If you want to modify j value itself, you can do that. Okay, This is how we can modify all the elements using two loops. Okay, we understood accessing and then modifying. So here in all these two examples, we discussed about row size and column size, right? How can we get this row size and column size? In one-dimensional array, we have some inbuilt function, inbuilt method to represent the size of the array. What is that? For example, if it is ARR is my array name, ARR dot length, right? Length property. Yes, we have used, we used length property to get the array size. But here we have two dimensions, right? Row and then column. How can we get? To get the row size, it's simple. ARR dot length only. Yes. And what if I want to get column size? The column size is nothing but array of 0 dot length. You can use array of 0 or array of 1, anything would be fine, because 1 2 3 4 5 6, if you see this, it's a 3 by 3 matrix, n by n matrix. So each row is containing three columns. The column size is 3 values, so the column size is 3. So you can take array of 0 dot length or array of 1 dot length or array of 2 dot length. Excuse me. So you can represent here row, or else you can represent 0 or 1, anything would be fine. Okay. So for example, if you understood this, I want to iterate over, for example, int I equals to 0. I'm writing I less than or equal to row size. Instead of less than, I'm using less than or equal to I plus plus. And inside it, I'm writing int j equals to 0, j less than or equal to column size, j plus plus. And I'm trying to print, array of A and C. So will it work or will it throw any error? Any idea? Work or error? If it work, just give work, or else add, error. So it won't work actually, because it will throw array index out of bound. Array index out of bound exception. So why this exception happens? Because if you see this, our matrix is 3 by 3 matrix. And if you see this, we are iterating over, for example, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We know that array will definitely start from 0 index only. Right? 0, 1, 2. So if you see this loop, so this loop will run from 0, and 0 is less than or equal to, what is my row size? 3, right? So 3. So we can access array of like 0 values here. And the next iteration, 1 less than or equal to 3. So you can access array of 1 and its column values, and then 2 less than or equal to 3, so you can access second row elements here, and then I will be incremented, so it will be 3. Is 3 less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is equal to 3, so it will be true, and the loop will be array of 3 and something. Do we have array of 3 here? No, we don't have. It's just from 0 to n minus 1, right? 0 to n is 3, so 3 minus 1, 2. So as it doesn't have that value here, it will throw the error like array is indexed out of bound. It is going out of bound. You are going out of the size. It's not even mentioned in your array. Like that, it will throw the error. Okay. What is yeah, Vaibhav? Um, Leela Haripriya. Oh, you mentioned no, ma'am. I didn't get you. Can you briefly explain your query? Did you understand it? Why it will throw this index out of bound exception? Leela Haripriya, did you understand why it will throw the exception? Okay, you reply for no doubts. Okay, great. Okay, and Mahesh, can you explain? Okay, sure. I'll re-explain this. So, we are using two loops. One loop is for iterating over arrays. Is it clear? And here, instead of less than, I am giving less than or equal to row size. And then inside it, I am iterating over next loop to iterate the columns. So I am giving here as well column size less than or equal to instead of less than. So here I am trying to print it. Okay. So you tell me on first iteration, what will be my I values? I will be 0, right? So on first iteration, what will be my I value? I will be 0. Is 0 less than, what is the row size? Row size is 3, column size is 3. If it is 3 by 3 matrix, right? So is 0 less than or equal to 3? Is 0 less than or equal to 3? Mahesh? Yes, it is. So it will go inside and it will iterate over this inside loop, inside for loop. So z will be 0 and z less than 0 less than or equal to 3. This is also correct. So it will print array of I and j. What is my I and j? 0 and 0. So it will print this. So in the second iteration, sorry, here itself, once it is printed, j will be incremented. What will be my j value now? J will be 1. 1 less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is less than or equal to 3. So it will print array of 0 and 1. So after printing this array of 0, 1, j will be incremented again. Right? Array of 0 and 1. What, sorry, 0 and 2. So, and it will, is j, I mean, 2 less than or equal to 3? Yes, it is less than or equal to 3. So it will print array of 0 and 2. After that, j will be incremented. What will be my j value now? J will be 3, right? Is 3 less than or equal to 3, Mahesh? Is it true or false? It is true because, yes. No, it is true, right? 3 is not less than 3, but it is equal to 3. So it will be, condition will be true. Yes. So once the condition is true, it will come inside this inside the statement, and it is trying to print array of 0 and 3. But if you see the original array, I think somewhere I mentioned, or else I'll rewrite it. So if you see this, the column size is 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. Is there any element which contains the index, row index as 0 and column index as 3? Do we have that element here? No, we don't have that element. We have zeroth index, sorry, zeroth row, but it doesn't contain zeroth, sorry, third column. So it is going out of bound, out of limit. Our limit is 2 only, from 0 to 2. It won't take third element as we didn't mention it, as it is going out of the size. So that's why you will get array index bound, out of bound exception. Is it clear, Mahesh? Is it clear? I think not need to equal to sum. Where I didn't get you, Mahesh. Yeah, index start from 0. Okay, not to use. Yeah, why I'm using equal to is to uh, show you how it will throw the array index bound of exception. Okay, that's the reason I'm using equal to. So usually we won't use, we'll iterate over n minus 1 only. So why I'm representing equal to means to show you how it will throw the error, why it will throw index array, index out of bound exception. Okay. So is it clear, everyone? Two-dimensional array, its usage and syntax, how to access, how to modify, how to get the length, and how to do operations using loops. Is it clear? This part? I'm expecting more responses. Okay, fine. So you tell me, what is a two-dimensional array? What is two-dimensional array? I didn't see any response. Yes, it is an array of arrays. A array with rows and columns is known as 2D array. Yes, good. And how to represent the syntax? How to represent? There are two ways to represent the syntax, right? I mean, declare the array. Type and name. Okay. You can directly mention the values, and we can, or else we can represent the size, and then we can assign the value, right? Okay. How to access particular element in two-dimensional array? For example, I want to access this ninth element, sorry, ninth value, this value. How can I access it? Index. Okay, using index to use. So my variable name is ARR. So you tell me how to access this. Yes, it's correct. And I want to access 4. How to access it? Yes, it's array of 1 and 0. Good. And then, so I want to modify um, 3 with 100. How can we do that? I want to modify this 3 value with 100. Yes, it's correct. My variable name is ARR. So I'll represent ARR. 0th row, second column. Replace that old value with 100. Yes, great response. So how to get the row size? How to get the row size? Which property we need to use? Array dot length. Yes, great. And my variable name is ARR. I mean the array name is ARR. So I want to get column length as well. How can I do that? Yes, great. Great response. Okay. Hope you are all are clear with the concept. So let's dive into the programs now. So in whatever we discussed in one-dimensional array, I mean the programs, we'll discuss the same programs but in using two-dimensional array. Okay. So the first is I'll take two arrays. One, two, three. Two. I'll take two-dimensional arrays. Okay, this is one array, and I'll take one more array. So I want to add the respective elements like 1 with 100, 2 with 1, 3 with 2. So the resultant should be, so the resultant array should be 1 plus 100. So 101, 2 plus 1, 3. And then 3 plus 2, 5. 5. And then 5, 5 plus 0, 5. 10 plus 6 is 16. 1 plus 4, 5. 2 plus 1, 3. 6 plus 2, 8. So my output should display these values. So how can we do that? These two are n by n matrix only. For example, if it is 3 by 3 matrix, the second matrix will be 3 by 3 only. If we are taking 2 by 2 matrix, the second matrix also 2 by 2 only. So if you are taking n by n matrix, how we can do the addition? And we have to print that output. How can we do that? Any guesses? Dark circle, okay. I think I have to zoom it. Yeah, is it okay now, Mahesh? So how can we do this? So first task is we have to take arrays. So for this case, we can use scanner or we can directly assign the values, right? Instead of taking from user, we can directly assign values. And the next thing is we have to iterate over two arrays. Iterate over both the arrays. And we have to do the sum and assign it to the new matrix. Assign it to new matrix. This is my new matrix. I have to print new matrix only. So I'll print that. Sorry, I'll assign that some value to that matrix. And last, once these steps are completed, I'll print the new matrix. Is it clear, everyone? Are these steps? So let's directly take it into take and do that in Eclipse. Okay. I'll quickly take one. Yes. So first I'll take the values directly. So how can I do that? I have to mention the values here, variable name, and then I have to represent in this way. So what values we have? We took here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. 1, 2, 3. And then the next column it's 4, 5, 10. And the next row, the values are what are my values? 1, 2, 6, 8. So I'll take one more array. This is array 1. I'll represent it with AR1. and I have to take similar array. So what are the values? 100, 1, 2. 106. And 412. Right? So I took these arrays. So I have to add the respective elements. I have to map it into some new array, right? So for that case, I'm taking new array, which is of array3. I'll represent it. So we doesn't know what will be its value, what this array will hold, what the values this array may hold. So that I don't know that. So instead of directly assigning some irrelevant values, I want to declare with some size and row size and column size. So what is my row size and column size? Here, as I took directly the values, I am just representing 3 and 3 now. Okay, because 3 rows and each row will contain 3 columns. Okay, so this part is clear. We have to take the arrays. So I have chosen direct way. So I took the arrays and I have took the third output array as well. So now we have to iterate over both the arrays. We have to do the sum and assign new value. So how to iterate? It's nothing but using two loops. So the first loop is for iterating over row size. The second loop is for iterating over column size. So here what should we have to do? We need to do the sum. So first I'll initialize sum value with 0. Okay. So each time what should I have to do? Sum equal to sum plus array 1 of I comma j plus array, sorry, here instead of doing array 2 of I comma j, sorry, I and j. And I'll assign this value to this third output. The output array. So array of I, j equal to sum. Is it clear? So instead of writing in these two lines, we can directly write it in this way as well. Instead of taking some value, we can directly represent in this way as well. So is it clear? So if you see, if you observe this, this is 0, 1, 2, right? And again 0, 1, 2. We are doing array of 0, 0 plus with this array 2 of 0, 0, right? Array 2 of 0, 0. So once we add this, we have to assign this sum to the third matrix. The third matrix, where should we have to assign it? In this place itself, which is nothing but 0, 0. So I'm just taking array of third array, and I'm assigning to that respective index. Is it clear, everyone? This one. So once we done that, we need to print this third array, the resultant array. So I again take two loops. So why I'm using print instead of println means I want to show you in matrix format only. So the each row, the column will be represented in single line. So it should be separated with some space. So after that, it has in after completing each row, it has to print it in new line. The next row value should be printed new line. So did you get Vaibhav why I'm using print instead of println here? Okay, great. So I'll quickly execute this and will show you. See this is giving all the values, right? 101, 3, 5. So yes, 101, 3, 5, and then 5, 5, 16. Yes, 5, 5, 16, and then 5, 3, 8. Yes, it's correct. It's displaying all the values properly. Did you understand the code? How to do the addition of two matrix? How to do the addition of two matrix? Okay. So here, if I want to do the subtraction, which part I have to modify? Instead of addition, I want to do the subtraction. Line number 16. Okay. What should I have to modify? Yes. Instead of plus, we need to use the minus. So if we use minus, it will be nothing but subtraction. So I'm executing it. So see, it is displaying subtraction of the respective indexes. Yes. So instead of this, if I want to multiply the respective elements like 1 with 100, 2 with 1, 3 with 2. If I want to do the multiplication, what should I have to mention here? Instead of minus, I'll represent with into. Yes. And then print this. Yes, it's printing properly. It's multiplying the respective index elements and it's giving the output properly. So if you see this, I took the values, I mean directly, right? Instead of taking it from user. So now I'll take this from user and then I'll show you. How can I do that? It's nothing but we have to use scanner class. Definitely we know that scanner is equals to system dot. And then we need to know which type of matrix it is. Is it n by n? Like what is the n size? Is it 3 by 3, 2 by 2? So we need to know. So I'll take that value, or else I'll mention it as row size equal to, I have to take that value. How can I take that? Sc dot next int, right? So now I took the value. So for example, if row size is 3, we have to take how many elements? 3 by 3 elements. 3 by 3 is nothing but 9 elements, right? 3 into 3, 9 elements. So I'll use loop. I'll iterate over this row size. And for columns, to get the column values, I'm using the second loop here. And I'll take that value and I'll assign it with first array. As we are taking the first array, I'll assign into first array. So which is nothing but here you have to write sc dot next int. Okay. But before that, as we are using this variable, we have to mention declare this value. So as we already taken the row size, we know how many values this array should hold, how many dimensions this array one should hold. So which is nothing but row size and row size, right? It is n by n matrix. Okay, so you took the first array. Now you have to take second array values from the user. So it's also simple. So you have to iterate over and you have to assign it to some another array. So we have to declare that second array as well. So it is also of n by n size. So I'm taking array to row size and that row size. This is how we have to take the values from user in two-dimensional array. Is it clear, everyone, this part? How to take the input from user in two-dimensional array and how to add and subtract and yeah, like we have to do the small operations over the matrices. Did you get it? Is it clear for everyone? I hardly see 3 responses only. What about others? Is it clear? Okay, fine. So now we did small operations, right? Very, very small operations, addition, subtraction, multiplication. Now I want to know what is the maximum element in my array, in two-dimensional array. How can we do that? In 1D array, how we did that? We just iterate over and then we did the comparison. Based on that, we assign the value, right? Similar to that, here also we have to do. I'll show you that 1D array mix. I think this is the way. Here, if you see this, I mean, this is for one-dimensional array. Last week we discussed it, right? We took one minimum variable and we assigned that with first value of the array. After that, we are checking is that minimum is that minimum greater than or equal to the next subsequent elements or not. So if it is greater, so it is not, if it is greater, it is not a minimum value. So we are assigning that value with the new value and we are printing it, right? This is for 1D, but what if it is 2D? It is also similar way, like how we did that in 1D, we have to do that in 2D as well, but we have to use 2 loops, right? So first is we'll take one minimum, as we are talking about maximum, we'll take one maximum variable and we'll assign that with array of 0, 0 value, okay? And after that, we'll take 2 loops and we'll iterate over the array elements. All the array elements, 0th row, first row, next row, and then until n minus 1 row. We'll iterate over and each iteration we have to check is my max less than or equal to that array of respective indexes. If it is less than, it is not a maximum element, right? For example, it is 3 and this value is 5. 3 is less than or equal to 5. So what should be my max value? 5 should be my max value. So if it is the case, I'll assign max with new value, new maximum value. And after completing this iteration, I'll print max. Is this clear? Is this part clear to everyone? The only difference 1D, 2D array here is we have to use 2 loops. That's it. Is it clear? Can we do the, can we go under do the code? Okay. So I'll take one here. So I'll directly take the values. Okay, I'll use this and I'll take the value from user itself. Okay. We have we want to take the values from directly from user, so that's why I'm using scanner class and I'm iterating over the loops and I'm taking the values. For this, I just want to know the what is the maximum element in single that in that matrix itself. So I don't want to use this second matrix. So I have this matrix. I took the values from user. So now what should we have to do? Here what I have written. So first we need to take one maximum variable and we have to assign that with array of 0, 0 value. So I'll do that. Int maximum equal to array 1 of store first 8, 0 and 0, right? Okay, I did it. After that, what's my second step? We have to iterate over array elements. Our array is two-dimensional array, so we have to use two for loops to iterate over it, over that array. Okay, I'm iterating over the new array, this array one. Okay, fine. Then what should we have to do? In each iteration, we need to check whether my maximum value is less than or equal to the next subsequent values or not. So for that case, I'll use if condition and I'll check is my max less than or less than, just less than is fine, right? So less than array of that next subsequent values. So if it is less than, then assign that new value to my max. Right? Once it is completed, the last step is once the iteration is completed, we have to print the max. So I'm printing max here. Right? So is this part clear to everyone? Why we assign this value to max and why we are checking and why we are assigning new value to max? Is it clear, this part? Okay. So let me quickly run this. So first I have to give the output. So I want to give 3 by 3 matrix. So I'm giving those as 3. So I have to give 3 by 3, 9 elements. So I'm giving 9 elements. So I gave all the 9 elements. It internally it will forms and stores in two-dimensional array. So after that, it's doing some logic and it is printing the maximum value. What is the maximum value among this? It is nothing but 100, right? It is 100. Yes. So do you want me to print anything? Like instead of taking this from user, I'll directly assign and I'll show you. I'll directly assign some values. Just you tell me what which values I have. I mean, you want me to store in this array. Maybe 100, 200, 3. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3. Sorry, 32. Okay. 3. And then 0, 1, 0. Okay. And okay. Those are some. Okay. So what is the maximum element among these elements? 200. Yes. Now it has to print 200. Let's check that. I saved it and printed and run it. So it's printing 200 here. See this? It's giving proper output. So instead of maximum element, I want to get the minimum element. Here, what's the minimum element? 0 is the minimum element. It has to print 0 as my minimum element. So which part of code I have to modify? Which part of code I have to modify? Yes, we need to modify this if condition. So for user centric. I am just using min value here as we are trying to get minimum value, and I am checking is min greater than the next subsequent elements, and then I am printing it. So just if max, we need to check whether it is less than or not. If it is minimum, we have to check whether the taken element is greater than the subsequent elements or not. For example, if 3 is greater than 0, so definitely 0 is my 0 should be my minimum value, not 3. So that's the reason we are assigning new value to this minimum, like 0 to this minimum value. Okay, let's print it. So it has to print 0, right? So let's see. Yes, it is printing the minimum as 0, minimum element as 0. So it's giving proper output. So instead of this, I'll write 1. I'll take 304. What should be my minimum value now? 2, right? So it has to print 2. So let's check that. Yes, it's giving proper output, expected output. It is giving 2 only. So is it clear, everyone? How to get maximum element and minimum element from in two-dimensional array? Okay, great. So let's take one more program and we'll end up this session. So do you know transpose of a matrix? What is transpose of a matrix? It is nothing but interchanging rows with columns, right? Interchanging rows with columns. For example, if matrix is like this, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So what should be the transpose of this matrix? So 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. This row, and then 8th row, and the next last row. So if you observe this row is represented as column here, and the next row is represented as next column, and the last row is represented as last column, right? So which is nothing but, so if you observe this one is in same place only, right? But if you see this 2 is coming to this place. 2 and 5 are interchanging, right? And 6 is in its place. It's not interchanged. 8 and 4 are interchanged, swapped, right? And 7 and 9 are swapped. And 10 is in its own place, right? So if you see this, so 0, 1, 2, 0, 1, 2. So which value should be mapped? For example, these 2 and 5 are interchanged. 2 comes to 5 place and 5 came replace it second 2 place, right? So which is nothing but this is 0, 1, right? 0, 1 is taking 1, 0 place. Can I say that? This 0, 1 value is taking 1, 0 place. Can I say that? Yes. And second thing, the for 4. Let's see this 0, 2 is taking which place? 2, 0 place. Okay, fine. And 5 is taking which place? 5 is initially in 1, 0 place. It is taking 0, 1 place. So if you observe this pattern, which is nothing but here, whatever here we have, it's just reverse of it, right? 0, 1. So it should be 1, 0, which is nothing but if I represent these values as ij, it should be zi, right? Can I say this? Did you understand? Did you understand this? So if I want to do the transpose of a matrix, first I have to take one array. So I'll take direct array here, direct values of the array, direct elements of array. Once I took those values, I'll take one resultant array as well to save the transposed matrix values. Resultant array I will take, and I'll iterate over this array. Represent as array 1. I'll iterate over array 1 and I'll store array of ij way array of ji. Okay. So this array should be a resultant array. Okay. Or else I'll mention result. After this, I'll print the resultant array. Is it clear, everyone? The thing is very simple. We need to understand this logic. Transpose is nothing but interchanging rows with columns. So that's why we are representing row of is equal to, result of is equal to the original array of ci. Okay. So if you understood this, let's quickly do that program as well. So I'll directly take the values. Okay. I'm taking these values itself. First saving the file. Okay. So now first we took the values. I took the direct values. So this first part is completed. What is the next part? We have to some output array. So I'm taking output array. I'm naming it as result array. So we doesn't know what will be which values this result array will store. So I'm assigning it with size. What is my size? If it is 3 by 3, it should also be 3 by 3. So I'm giving n and n. So I took n as 3 here, the size. So this part is also done, the second step. The third step is we have to iterate over original array. So I'm iterating over the original array. The first loop is for iterating over rows. The second loop is for iterating over columns. So next, what should we have to do? On each iteration, we have to represent array of ji value with result of, it should be an array of ij, right? So I'll represent that result of ij should be stored with, like swapped with array of array 1, right? Array 1 of ji. Okay. Once this is done, I have to print this transposed matrix, this resultant matrix. So I have to take two loops. So I'm using this code here. Saving the time, I'll print the resultant array. Okay, I'll take very small values. So did you understand the code? This part, and only this part itself. The thing is, the logic is saying very simple. It should be ij should be mapped with the ji value. That's it. So let's run this. Let's see the output. So it's giving, okay, I didn't give the space here. So the values are, I'll take these values itself from 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I'm saving it and I'll check the output. So if you see this, what's the output? 158. Yes, it is matching. 269. It is matching. And then 4710. It is matching. Right? So we are getting the expected output. So did you understand this code? Any doubts so far? So if you clear with it, I'll give you one task. So which is nothing but you need to check whether the matrix is symmetric matrix or not. Symmetric, symmetric is nothing but like first you need, for example, first you need to take the input matrix and you have to take the transpose matrix. Transpose matrix. So once uh, this transpose is also completed, you have to check whether the original matrix and transpose matrix same or not. If these are same, then the matrix is symmetric matrix. Okay. If the original matrix and transpose matrix are same, then it is a symmetric matrix. So the code is same. This everything is same. So instead of printing it, you have to compare this resultant array with array 1, and then you have to do the comparison, and you have to print if it is symmetric or else no. Can you do this program on your own? Try this program from your end, and if you have any doubts, I will discuss this tomorrow class. In tomorrow class. Yeah. And yes, Vaibhav, can we add other values other than integer? Yes, you can take any type of array. Yeah, you can take float type array, integer type array, double type array. So if you based on that type, you can add. It's not for integer purpose. It's for all the data types as well. Is it clear? So is today class, did you learn something from today's class? We discussed about 2D array, what is 2D array and how to access, how to modify, how to get the length of row and column size, and how to use loops to iterate over and to modify the elements, and how to add the matrix, how to do the small operations, how to get maximum element, minimum element, and transpose of the matrix. Is it clear? I need more responses. Okay, fine. Okay, then you can take 5 minutes break and you can come at 12 o'clock, and you will be having one quiz. Chandra will take over that quiz. Yeah, we'll meet tomorrow class. So just take 5 minutes break and um, take the quiz. Over to you, Chandan. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Surya. I'll take up the class. So, guys, we have a quiz at 12 o'clock. Please be ready. Okay. Yes, Ramya. So, 12 o'clock, I'm going to conduct a quiz. So, I'm sharing the link now. Please attend your quiz. Okay. All the best, everyone. Guys, time up. I hope everyone done with your quiz. So, if you are done, means please let me know. Okay. I will share attendance link. Then okay, let's share that attendance. So I'm sharing the attendance link. Please mark your attendance. So after marking your attendance, you can leave the session. Okay. So we are done for the day. We'll meet on tomorrow, same time. Okay. 10:30 to 1 p.m. I'll show top as well. So this is the top 20. Any more questions, boys? Or else we'll wind up the session. Please let me know. Okay, I hope there is no more question. But I didn't see any question in Zoom and two as well. Okay then. Good to go. We'll wind up the session for the day. Okay. So thank you so much for joining. So tomorrow I'm not conducting any quiz. Okay. Okay then. Bye bye everyone. Have a great day. We'll meet on tomorrow. Up to then, take care.